If you're dreaming of moving to Vancouver Island, I don't blame you. It's hard to find a spot on the island that's not surrounded by, or within a stone's throw, of pristine natural beauty and outdoor activity. So that being said, you almost can't go wrong wherever you choose to land. But if affordability is a deciding factor, we've got you covered. Here we've compiled a list of the top 10 least expensive places to live on Vancouver Island. Each of these locations offers something distinct beyond price. These towns show how location, landscape, and community demonstrate truly how special it is to live on Vancouver Island. First up, we have Lake Cowichan. Lake Cowichan is a town of around 3,300 people near the eastern end of the Cowichan Lake, about an hour northwest of Victoria. As you'd expect living in a lake town, as well as being close to the Cowichan River, swimming, boating, fishing, paddleboarding, and summer river tubing are part of daily life. Cowichan River Provincial Park and nearby trail networks like the Trans-Canada Trail provide access to hiking and forests. Lake Cowichan is on the edge of backcountry and parkland with routes to the island's interior and west coast. Number 9 is Duncan. Duncan has a population of just under 5,000 within the city limits. Located along the Trans-Canada Highway, about an hour north of Victoria, Duncan functions as a regional center for services, culture, and commerce. The city is well known for its totem poles lining the streets and public spaces that reflect the presence of Coast Salish nations. Downtown includes indie shops, cafes, and the Duncan Farmers Market, which is one of the largest on Vancouver Island. The Cowichan River, nearby vineyards, and many forested hiking trails give Duncan a rustic feel without being too remote. Number 8, Port Alberni. Port Alberni is home to around 18,000 people and sits at the head of the Alberni Inlet, surrounded by mountains. The city was developed by forestry and fishing industry, which still shows up in its layout and infrastructure. The downtown is quaint, with large outdoor murals demonstrating the local stories and community history. The Somas River runs through the city, known for its seasonal salmon runs in the fall. Beautiful outdoor areas like Stamp Falls Provincial Park are only a short drive from the town. Port Alberni also serves as a common stopping point for travel between the island's interior and the west coast. Number 7, Port McNeill. Port McNeill is a coastal town of around 2,500 people, located on the northeast side of Vancouver Island. The town sits directly along the water, with the harbor and marina forming a central part of the community. Port McNeill developed as a forestry and shipping center, and the marina is still the focal point of town. Services and neighborhoods extend outward from the waterfront. Port McNeill is also the departure point for boating and travel to nearby destinations such as the stunning Broughton Archipelago. We have a tie for number 6. First, Port Hardy. Port Hardy has a population of just under 4,000 people and is located at the northern end of Vancouver Island. The harbor, ferry terminal, and marina all play major roles in Port Hardy, which serves as a transportation hub for northern Vancouver Island, supporting marine traffic, air travel, and ferry routes. It also provides access to nearby destinations such as Cape Scott Provincial Park and surrounding coastal wilderness. If your dream is to live an ocean-centered life in a small port town, you can't get more deliberate than Port Hardy. Our second number 6 is Sayward. Sayward is a coastal village of just over 300 people, located along Johnstone Strait on the northeast side of Vancouver Island. Nestled against the forest with open water along the shoreline, Sayward has long been connected to both forestry and marine activity. The harbor is the central hub, and you're likely to see a lot of wildlife, including seasonal whale sightings. Development beyond the village is limited, so Sayward has a tucked-away remote feel. Next up at number 5 is Port Alice. Port Alice is a coastal village of only around 800 people. It's located on the Naratsus Inlet on the northwest side of Vancouver Island. The town sits between forests and inlet waters, with most development following the shoreline. Port Alice was originally built as a pulp mill town, and while the mill is no longer operating, the town's layout still reflects that origin. The harbor, docks, and waterfront paths are prominent features. Access to surrounding backcountry with rivers, waterfalls, and forest roads begins right outside of the town's limits. Gold River is number 4. Gold River is a village of around 1,700 people located on the west side of Vancouver Island. It was originally a resource town, so the roads are wide and the neighborhoods clearly defined. Mountains, rivers, and lakes surround the community, including the Muchalet Inlet and the Nootka Sound. There's limited development beyond the village, so the landscape remains the dominant presence all around. For number 3, we have Alert Bay. Alert Bay is an island community of just over 1,100 people located on Cormorant Island, which is accessed by a ferry from Port McNeill. Homes, docks, and community buildings line the shore. Indigenous culture is central to this community, highlighted by landmarks such as the Cultural Center and the Big House, along with many carved poles throughout the village. Ferry schedules, tides, and marine activity shape the rhythm of life in Alert Bay. The second least expensive place to live on Vancouver Island is Tahsis. Tahsis is a village of around 300 people. It's located at the head of the Tahsis Inlet on the west side of Vancouver Island, where the inlet meets the surrounding mountains. Tahsis developed as a forestry town, the history of which is still palpable. Docks and boats line the sheltered inlet. Forest roads and rivers extend outward from the village. Access to larger centers requires long travel routes by logging road or water, so Tahsis is suitable to those who welcome more of a remote lifestyle. And the very least expensive place to live on Vancouver Island is Zeballos. Zeballos is a coastal village of just over 100 people. It's located on the Zeballos Inlet on the northwest side of the island. Homes, docks, and roads follow a narrow stretch of shoreline. Zeballos was established as a gold mining town in the 1930s, later supported by fishing and forestry, which still remain active today. The Zeballos River meets the ocean near the town, with deep forest extending beyond. In fact, you can only access Zeballos by a boat or a long, rough logging road, and the inlet serves as the primary connection to and from the village. It's a very remote and quiet lifestyle that might not be for everyone, but for those who want the most gorgeous views and peaceful pacing, in addition to the island's lowest real estate, Zeballos won't disappoint. Now that you've learned about these 11 special spots, which one speaks the most to you? Leave a comment below and reach out to our team so we can help make your dream of island living become a reality.